Listen only to the sound of my voice. Let your mind relax. Let your thoughts drift. Let the bad memories fade. Let peace be upon you. Surrender yourself to your dreams. Let them wash over you like gentle waves of the bluest ocean. Let them envelop you, comfort you. Imagine somewhere calm. Imagine somewhere safe. Imagine yourself in a frozen forest.
It is said that it is better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. I feel differently. Regret can consume a man so deeply that it will blacken his heart and swallow his soul.
Hello guys, this is the Gaming Revolution here and welcome back to an all new Black Ops 3 Zombies video. Now I'm going to be trying to keep this video as quick and concise as possible because it's going to get very confusing, this idea, this concept I will be discussing in today's video. Now if you do go on to enjoy this video by the end of it, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and go for 1,000 likes on today's video, as well as subscribe to the channel so you never miss a future upload here on the channel if you do enjoy this video by the end of it. Now this was leaked a couple days ago and at the time it was leaked I was unsure whether I should post a video on it because when I saw this leak I was very confused and baffled by what it was and I felt like people were tying strings together that just weren't connected. However, as the days have progressed and the days have continued, it seems like we have more and more compelling evidence which does suggest that this thing which I will be discussing within today's video does indeed tie into Black Ops 3 Zombies, and especially since I have received some new evidence on Twitter today which may further prove this. Now just to give you some backstory of the leak, a couple days ago on the Xbox Live Store, the Xbox Live Store was updated. Now a ton of games went free. Now some of these games were intended to go free as part of a promotion for those games. However, a ton of other games went free by accident and people managed to pick up these games 100% free even though they weren't supposed to go for free. Now, within like an hour or two, it was then updated so these games were no longer free. So if you missed out on this opportunity to get these games for free, you just never will get that opportunity again. However, when this glitch occurred, the Xbox Live Store was updated to add a brand new game onto the Xbox Live Store called Northwoods. Now, I'll be discussing that within a sec. However, the interesting thing about this is as soon as people found out about this, people managed to pinpoint the fact very quickly that they seem to have a lot of similarities to Black Ops 3 Zombies. So immediately people made a ton of posts about this over on the COD Zombies subreddit. However, within 24 hours of all of these posts being made, they seem to have vanished from the existence of the subreddit. They seem to have all been deleted. Now from what we can interpret from this, Activision most likely contacted the mods over on the subreddit to remove the posts. Now obviously there's been a lot of new posts made since then, but all the original ones are just completely gone from the surface of the internet. Now in terms of this leak specifically, it was updated with the game called Northwoods. You can see it on screen. Now you can see that it's an Activision published game. Now obviously Activision are the ones who publish Call of Duty as well. Now it says Northwoods is not currently available, but it then says it contains in-app purchases, which pretty much confirms that whatever this Northwoods thing is, that it is indeed a separate game to Black Ops 3. However, as I progress on within this video, we will see that it is also DLC for Black Ops 3. Now this may be a bit baffling, but games have done this before. They've added expansion packs for a game which can be bought separately so that if you don't have the main game, you can still play the DLC. And I think this may be something similar here, but something that's never ever been even attempted for Call of Duty. They've just had the standard 4 DLC map packs and it's never really changed from that. Now the description for Northwoods reads, "Tired, cold, alone, surrounded by the sounds of the unknown. Through the tree line you hear them coming, hunting. Do you have what it takes to survive, or will you descend into madness? welcome to the frozen desolation of Northwoods. Now immediately that vibe, that sort of scenery that you interpret from this little statement here seems very similar to what you can expect for a description of a zombies map. Now there is a more tab for this description, but unfortunately I haven't really seen any images where people have clicked on that more tab, which is quite disappointing because if someone managed to click on that, it may have given us a better idea of what exactly Northwoods is, because at the moment it's still very confusing. Now in the background here we see a wood. Now this wood seems very similar to the wood that we see within the main menu for Black Ops 3 Zombies. Now within this wood, this is sort of an area where the characters' collective minds and thoughts are held in this sort of reoccurring loop, like this purgatory realm. Now the interesting thing is that when these characters are within this forest, the other zombies do not attack the characters, which again hints like it's like this separate dimension, this separate realm, and we don't really know what this forest is, and we will never really know what this forest is until DLC 4, in my personal opinion. I believe that the forest is very important to the storyline, because obviously we've had the Nikolai and we've also had the Richtofen memory segment. Now within the Nikolai memory segment that we got before DLC 1 came out, it showed Nikolai within the frozen forest. Now he was recalling on his thoughts and his past memories within this. However, I believe this was obviously recorded, or this segment was taken way after the events of DLC 1, and I believe he was recalling on what he's done in the past. I believe that this segment that we got was probably Nikolai recalling on his memories after DLC 3 has happened. But obviously within this segment we realised very quickly that we saw him within this house. Now we found out that this house is indeed a mission scene within a mission within the campaign called Demon Within. Now we can obviously play this Demon Within mission either on Nightmares or we can play it on the normal campaign. Now the interesting thing about this is that the Demon Within mission is set in a simulation, and it's a simulation in the future of a past battle, the Battle of Bastogne.
Tell me, what did Sarah fear?
Failure. At the academy, she studied the battles of World War II, the bravery of these men. She feared she could never match their heroism. She feared she didn't have real courage. She ran from it. She had nightmares of Bastogne. As she entered her subconscious, she gave into fear, let it pull her away. I followed her. Deep within her mind, there had to be a way to save her.
Now I've already made countless videos explaining the storyline behind the links between the Battle of Bastogne and why Nikolai was in the Demon Within mission. But for some reason Nikolai was within the Battle of Bastogne. We do see a nuke go off within one of the trailers for Der Eisendrache within this frozen forest. So there's definitely a massive tie between the campaign and also the zombie storyline, as Jason Blundell is the director of both, and I believe that he's probably going to merge a couple aspects of both of them together, since obviously we do have the Nightmare Zombies campaign within the campaign obviously, but I've already made countless videos talking about the storyline of that, and I don't want to reiterate that within this video because it's not really important. Now we obviously then got the Richtofen memory segment, where again we saw Richtofen within the frozen forest, or the forest that we see within the main menu, and again he's recalling on his past thoughts. Again, the storyline of this is irrelevant. So you may be thinking at this point, well, yeah, the description and the forest within the background seems very similar to zombies. I guess it could work. However, it's most likely a coincidence, and that's what I thought as well when I first heard about this leak a couple days ago. Now, there's also some more evidence which almost proves that the forest within the background is indeed the same forest that we see within the main menu. Now, as I was saying earlier, the forest that we see within the main menu is the exact same forest within the Demon Within mission as well. The campfire that we see within the main menu can also be seen in the Demon Within mission. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Now a guy over on Twitter called Wazzer pointed this out to me over on Twitter. I probably really mispronounced his name there, but regardless, he pointed out the fact that within the desolated forest that we see within the background of Northwoods, we can see this rock in the center. And you may think, well, it's just a rock, it doesn't really mean anything, and we can't really see much else within the forest other than that rock. However, within the main menu for Black Ops 3 Zombies, there's also a massive rock within the centre of that forest. And this could just be a complete and utter, total random coincidence that there's a massive rock in the centre of both forests. Or it could mean they are indeed the same forest. Because here's where it gets even more interesting, because Northwoods, according to the Xbox Live Store, is compatible with Black Ops 3. So there you go, bingo, that pretty much confirms that this definitely has something to do with Black Ops 3. Otherwise it just wouldn't be compatible with it. Now this could have just been some sort of really outlandish glitch within the Xbox Live Store, it very well could have been. Maybe this is just some completely other Activision game that they're working on and has nothing to do with Call of Duty, and for some weird reason all of these coincidences have tied the two together. That could be the case, but I just think that this evidence is way too compelling, because if you now go on the Xbox Live Store and you search for Northwoods after it has been removed from there, after this glitch is no longer occurring, all that shows up are Black Ops 3 related items. First of all, Black Ops 3 the game shows up, and then all the DLC that you can buy for Black Ops 3 shows up after when you search Northwoods. Even the availability to purchase COD points. No other game shows up when you search Northwoods, only Black Ops 3. Not even any other Call of Duty games or any other Activision products, just Black Ops 3 shows up. Now Wazzer also pointed out to me over on Twitter that when the Black Ops 3 beta was obviously out, there was a codename for this beta so that people got early access. This was before the general public could play the beta, so different game companies and reviewers could sort of test it out before it went fully live, just to get an overall feel of it and give reviews and stuff like that. Well, the codename for the beta was Northwoods. So again, just even more links into Black Ops 3 here. But it really is baffling what Northwoods is. It really makes no sense whatsoever. What is Northwoods? Now here is one thing for sure. If Northwoods is going to be coming out, it's not going to have anything to do with the 4 map packs that are coming out for Black Ops 3. Because obviously we're going to be getting 4 map packs. With each map pack, we're going to be getting 1 zombies map and 4 multiplayer maps. There is no resurrection coming within those 4 maps. There's not going to be a zombies only DLC. I know this because within the description, it does say that there's going to be 4 multiplayer map packs, so each one will contain 4 multiplayer maps. I know some people have been speculating that maybe the 4th map is going to be like Resurrection that we had for Black Ops 1 and contain some remakes. But if that were to be the case, it will be its own DLC, like I've discussed in the past on my channel. But whatever this Northwoods is, it's going to be a 5th DLC for Black Ops 3. It will most likely come out of DLC 4. There's a chance it could come out between DLC 3 and 4. There is a chance for that, although I see that being very unlikely. Then again, DLC 4 won't be coming out to September, so I guess that would give them time for them to release this. Now here's one thing for certain, whatever this Northwoods thing is, it's not going to be like anything we've ever seen released for Call of Duty before. The way it's released, the way we're going to be able to download it, the way we're going to be able to play it, the contents of which it will be held within the DLC, the price of it, everything is just going to be completely different like any other DLC we've ever had before. Now some people have been thinking that maybe, just maybe, this is a standalone zombies game. Now I really don't know what to think of this. Some people have been thinking that this could be a standalone zombies game, and within this standalone zombies game you'll be able to buy it separately to Black Ops 3. However, if you choose to do so, you can also buy it so that it will be compatible with Black Ops 3, so you can play as a DLC instead, so all of your stats and stuff like that will transfer between the two. But whatever this Northwoods thing is, we won't really know much about it until DLC 4, because obviously the next zombies map will most likely be set in Stalingrad, and we're probably going to be killing the 1.0 version of Nikolai. Now, people have been thinking recently that maybe the 1.0 version of Nikolai doesn't exist and we'll be killing the 2.0 version, and it doesn't really matter what happens, to be honest, in terms of Northwoods. But then we're going to be getting DLC 4, and a ton of people have been thinking that DLC 4 is going to be set in Egypt recently. There is a ton of evidence towards it. even though I made videos literally ages ago talking about the Egypt DLC map for Black Ops 3 Zombies. But we can say that the DLC 4 will probably, I would say, around 90% be set in Egypt, because we've gotten leaked information in the past, which I've covered on my channel, as well as all of this evidence is all tying all of the dots together. And I will be making a video about that within the future. It'll probably be about 40 minutes long. I'm also going to be making about an hour-long video for DLC 3, so I've got a lot of work to do, because I'm going to have them all up before E3, or at least that's what I'm planning. But I feel like at the end of DLC 4, well, we will be left with a cliffhanger. It's what Treyarch are best at. I mean, at the end of Black Ops 1, we were left with a cliffhanger after blowing up the Earth, and then obviously we were once again left at a massive cliffhanger at the end of Origins, with the Origins ending cutscene. And obviously a lot of people have been talking about this across the map Easter egg, where once DLC 4 is out, there's going to be some sort of big across the map Easter egg. We're going to have to complete different tasks on each map in order to complete some sort of bigger Easter egg once DLC 4 is out. But it's more than likely that we'll be left at a cliffhanger, regardless of whether that cliffhanger is at the end of this across the map Easter egg, or whether it's at the end of the DLC 4 ending cutscene. And I think we'll get explained to us what this forest is, and then I think it'll leave us onto a cliffhanger for Northwoods, and then they'll release Northwoods sometimes separately, because Infinite Warfare sales are down 90%, or their pre-order sales are down 90% from what Black Ops 3's were last year, and that is crazy. So Activision will most likely be trying to compensate for the low Infinite Warfare sales, and adding another DLC for Black Ops 3 is certainly going to compensate for their money lost. So here's what I was thinking. Now, Jason Blundell said prior to Black Ops 3 coming out that they were Treyarch are not fans of a standalone zombies map, and they said it for various different reasons, such as the fact that people will play a multiplayer campaign of zombies consecutively, and they'll switch between the 3 modes whilst they're playing, and they want it as a big package rather than just being focused on one game mode. However, Jimmy Zielinski, as well as some of the other developers for Treyarch, did leave the Zombies team, I would say around mid-development of the game, and they went to go work on some iOS games, I believe. And you think, why would someone from Treyarch, who's working on a AAA title, go to work on some phone games? Which, I mean, we had a trailer recently for one of the phone games that they were working on, and it looks really, really bad. So you would think, why would a head of the Zombies team at Treyarch, who's probably earning a ton, go to work on some terrible, like, indie game? Now, this is pure wild speculation here, but what if Jimmy Zielinski is working on Northwoods with some other developers for that left, along with Jimmy Zielinski, that used to be part of the Zombies team? Now, this could just be completely wrong here. I'm just going off some, you know, it's just basically something that I was thinking about in my head. It could be completely off, it could be completely wrong, but that's just the vibe, and that's just the feeling that I'm getting with this at the moment. What if Jason Blundell is working on the main story arc of Black Ops 3 Zombies, and Jimmy Zielinski is working on the side on Northwoods, and it's going to be something separate that's going to be released as a bonus DLC after Jason Blundell's told this story to us. Imagine if that was true. That would just blow Black Ops 3 out of the water. Black Ops 3 Zombies would just be completely thrown out of the water. We've got the best of both developers working on separate things. Now again, this is wild speculation. I'm probably wrong here, but it's just the vibe that I'm getting at the moment. But you can let me know down in the comment section down below, what do you think of Northwoods? Either way, it's probably going to be some sort of separate DLC for Black Ops 3. We really don't know what it is. It says it's compatible for Black Ops 3, but then it says it contains in-app purchases, so it's a separate game at the same time. It's all very, very confusing. I'm sure as time progresses, we'll start to figure out what exactly this is, but at the moment, we're kind of really, really lost here. Maybe we'll get a tease about it at E3, I really don't know. But anyways, thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe if you are in fact new around here for latest and greatest Black Ops 3 Zombies news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye. Are you guys interested in getting free Call of Duty points for free supply drops and liquid divinium and or DLC as well? Well, have I got news for you. There's going to be a link in this video's description where you can download a 100% free app. Upon downloading this app, you can then install it and then you can download apps via this app. Via downloading the app as well as sharing the app with your friends via your referral code, you will very quickly build up a ton of points of which you can then purchase Xbox Live, PSN or Steam cards which can then be used to get 100% free COD points as well as DLC. Hopefully this helps.